I wonder who you think you are. Do you damn well think you're God or something? God give life, God taketh it away, not you. I think you are the devil itself.
He killed again in August. The body of the 12th victim was found in a garden in a leafy suburb of Leeds. Her name was Marguerite Walls. She was 47 years old and a civil servant.
Beautiful Christmas lights. Right, good morning everybody. It's going to be quite hard to film. Marguerite Walls was murdered just up here. Of all the victims, I have to whisper because I'm in residential and I feel like I have to. She's the one I know least about, which is a shame because she was born in Lincoln, or Lincolnshire, which is near Lincoln. That doesn't make sense. But there's very little about her. No grave that I could find or anything. She was a 47-year-old lady, and people that knew her said she was dedicated to her job and didn't really engage much outside of it. She was ex-Women's Royal Army Corps, and she was married just up here on the left. The houses now, so I don't want to stay around. But here on the left, where she was found. It looks totally different. This is Claremont House. It's changed dramatically.
Hello everyone. So how do we know this is the location? This is another location that I kind of found before I got the book. We know from the news reports the street is on. If memory serves me correctly, this is New Street. And there's this picture of the documentary that I shared at the start from an old news report when the body of Marguerite was found. And if you go back on the old Google Maps, you try to match things up, is where we're stood at the moment. On the left is the house, and that's basically where the body was found, because if you look at the school that's on the right, this is a school, and if you go back to 2008, if you see those windows, they match up to the news report. So where Marguerite was found is basically where we're stood at the moment, but probably a bit further back, right, about 50, 60 yards left from where we are now. Maybe in the living room of that house. I'm not sure if they realise. Let's not tell them. Let's not.
The only one awake. Paperboy in me. But she worked as a civil servant at the Department of Education and Science in Pudsey, which is where we are. She left work at 10:30 and always took this route home. It's just down here on the right. Right, sorry for... wow, I look creepy now. Light on? No, light off. Better keep you in the shadows. Oh, I can't read the book though, that's a problem. Margaret was, that's what she would like to be called. She was doing extra hours this night. She had, from the day after, she had 10 days off. And yes, she was working extra. She always used to walk home. Sutcliffe would say that he would drive past her and see her. It's one of the weirdest Yorkshire, or Sutcliffe killings, Yorkshire Ripper. He denied it for weeks. He confessed to the murders, but he denied this one, and it wasn't reported as a Yorkshire Ripper killing at the time, and it had been a year since he had killed. Now, the book that I've been using as a source, I don't know where it is now in this car. Oh, it's here, I found it. There's so much stuff in this car. Yeah, Richard Charles Cobb, he brings up a really good theory of this murder, and it's his work. It's it's his research. I don't want to say too much. Encourage people to buy the book. I'm not here to try and take money off people. But Maureen Long, one of the survivors, she had her address published in the paper, and her address was just here. Pretty much, if you saw me walk at the start of this video, I've walked past her address, and Richard Cobb brings up the theory that Peter Sutcliffe would say that he saw Maureen Long when he was out shopping, and maybe he was here waiting for her to come by to kill her. But there's a lot more to it, and I'll encourage you to buy the book. But it's a really interesting theory that I've never heard of, and Margaret did look a bit like Maureen Long. And as I've been through, switch around while I try and... she, like I said, she was ex-army. She served in Northern Ireland, and she put up a hell of a fight. She gave Peter Sutcliffe quite a bit of a kick in, and again, yeah, I don't know his method of killing, which I'm not getting into in these videos. It changed for this murder, and it's all a bit of an unusual one. And even as a location, I mean, the Huddersfield one, Emma Ritka, she was in the red light district of Huddersfield, although it's the only one in Huddersfield. Halifax is a bit of a strange one, location wise, but all the other locations, which I've been to 10 of them now by recording this bit, this is a bizarre place, like very different to the other locations. The other locations are in red light districts, dark and grimy, even Jay McDonald was in a bad area, Leeds. But yeah, this is a very strange location. The whole case of this is quite strange, and it's also the hardest to find information out about her. I've really struggled, and this is obviously probably one of the more uninteresting videos to publish, but it is what it is, and it's all the information I know. But it's getting busy here. Fudzy. Getting flush now. Margaret Walls, rest in peace. And as a fellow Lincoln alumni, I wish I could do a better job of my video, but I can't. Maybe they're not flashing, maybe they're just going up and down the bumpy road. But yeah, I'll speak to you all on the next one tomorrow. The location's totally changed, is something I meant to say. The grounds have totally changed. She was found by maintenance workers at 9:30 the next morning. But I will see you tomorrow for the last video.